Hi, Greg here, and in today's lesson I want to speak to you about things that you can do to help improve your English fast. We all want to see results when we're doing something. It helps motivate us. It's not much fun putting in a lot of effort and not seeing any results. I know this from being on YouTube. So much work, especially when I first started my channel, and you look to see how many subscribers you have and you have one more than the last time you looked a few days ago. Oh, it's demoralizing, and I know it can be the same with your English. You practice, you study, and you just don't seem to advance. Well, that's why in this lesson, I just want to teach you a few ways that you can see real results quickly in your English. So, let's go. So one thing I see a lot of is students studying more complex grammatical concepts and structures, but still making the same basic mistakes that they've been making since they were at an intermediate or upper intermediate level. Now, if you want to see real progress fast in your English, my suggestion is focus on all the typical mistakes that you and everybody else at your level makes in English. This is good for having effective communication with native speakers. It's a lot easier for native speakers to understand you if you don't make a lot of these typical mistakes. And also in exams, you can lose points so easily if you don't put focus on correcting all the typical mistakes that people at your level make. If you master all these typical, easy mistakes, then you are already a step ahead of other students at your level. So if you want to see fast progress in your English, don't get overwhelmed with all the little irregularities, with all the exceptions, with the more complex grammatical constructions. If you want to see fast progress, focus on the common mistakes that will just help take your level up a step, visibly, quickly. You can also do the same for vocabulary. There are lots and lots of vocabulary that people use badly at your level, whether that be pronunciation, false friends, or people simply using the words badly. If you fix these little errors in your English, you will make quick progress in your English. Now, before I talk a little bit more about pronunciation and give you my general advice for learning English, download my book, English Quick Fix. If you are at an intermediate or upper intermediate level of English, that book is going to help fix all these typical mistakes that you make in English. Inside the book are the 16 most common mistakes students like you make. So get the book, fix those mistakes, and it will help quickly take your English just up a little level. You can download it by clicking the link in the description or at the end of the lesson. Now, if you want to make a visible difference to your English, if you want people to notice a real difference in your English, then you need to focus on your pronunciation. Accept the fact that, hey, at the moment, your pronunciation isn't perfect, and there are specific things that you can focus on in order to improve that pronunciation. I deal mainly with Spanish-speaking students, but whatever your mother tongue is, you can focus on those specific sounds that you have problems with, sounds that exist in English but not in your mother tongue. Focus on those sounds, learn when we use them in English, and practice using those sounds. You can also do the same with common words, commonly mispronounced words. I've done some videos on this in the past, and it's something I really like focusing on because generally everybody pronounces the same words badly. And if you can stand out from everybody else, if you can be the one person who is different and who pronounces things well, you're going to impress me. And that's important if I'm an examiner, if I'm giving you a job interview, if I'm just meeting you and want to be your friend. In all these situations, it's important to give a good impression with your pronunciation. And by focusing on the most commonly mispronounced words and mastering them, you are quickly going to take your pronunciation up a level. This is all the type of stuff that I like to focus on with my students to help them get a real quick fix to their English. And if you want to learn more about the way I help my students do this, then remember to download my ebook and have a look in the description for my quick fix course for intermediate and upper intermediate Spanish speaking students. Okay, remember to subscribe to my channel. I love helping students with these types of mistakes in grammar, pronunciation, and vocabulary. I love helping students see a quick difference in their English. So if that's what you are looking for, come subscribe, be one of my students, and I would love to have you. Remember to download the book, and I'll see you in the next English lesson. Bye for now.